Are you part of a non-profit organization, a youth group looking to raise cash for your cause? Stay tuned at the end of this video to learn how you can bring the action and excitement of the Millennium Wrestling Federation to your town live, featuring the superstars and legends of yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Philadelphia on Royal Rumble weekend. Get ready for Jim Ross's most intimate event yet, the Slobberknocker Session, Sunday, January the 28th at 12 noon, live at the Diamond Club of Citizens Bank Ballpark, just a stone's throw away from the Wells Fargo Center. This exclusive engagement is limited to only 100 fans and includes an uncensored question and answer session with JR, along with receiving a copy of his must-read autobiography, Slobberknocker, that JR will personally autograph for you, and take out your smartphone and pose for a photo with the WWE Hall of Famer that'll make you the envy of your social media circle. Tickets are available now at ticketfly.com. Philadelphia, let's hear from Jim Ross himself about his return to the city of brotherly love.
Well, just like the cat says, Slobberknocker, the Slobberknocker sessions are on sale now. And I encourage you to check out ticketfly.com if you're coming to the Royal Rumble, if you're going to be in Philadelphia on Royal Rumble Sunday, January the 28th. Noon is our starting time. Ticketfly.com has the tickets. The tickets are $75. With that, you get a signed book and a personalized book, signed, whatever you want, and the picture of you and I on your camera, your device, and then a private Q&A with us, 100 of us. It's going to be a lot of fun. Very intimate, very casual, and I like to be able to look them in the eye. The fans are the greatest in the world. They motivate me, and I will do my best to entertain and motivate you. So the Slobberknocker sessions on sale now, ticketfly.com. I'd love to see you there, the first one ever, on Sunday, January 28th, high noon in Philly.
This is Mick Foley.
This is Harley Race.
This is Shelton Benjamin.
This is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
This is the Monster Abyss.
And this is Daniel Bryan.
This is JBL, and you're watching the MWF.
Be there live.
Wrestling fans, let's run down WWE Monday Night Raw, live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, Texas, from Martin Luther King Monday, January the 15th, 2018. Before the cameras started rolling live on USA Network, taped for this week's main event program on the network, Rhino beat Curt Hawkins, and TJP, fresh off of injury, returned to defeat Mustafa Ali in cruiserweight action. Raw opened highlighting Braun Strowman's wild attack on Brock Lesnar and Kane last week, building up their title clash at the Royal Rumble. Strowman came out for a promo but was cut off by General Manager Kurt Angle and several security guards. Angle wound up firing Strowman. Is there one single fan that believes Strowman would actually be fired, or that any superstar is ever really going to be fired when that happens on television? If the fans don't believe in it, if the fans scoff at it, don't do it. If they want to get an Angle over as effective, fire someone that's on their way out of WWE so the fans might believe in it again. Absolutely ridiculous and insulting to the intelligence of the fans watching. At the same time, Strowman sold it great. Angle doesn't have his footing when it comes to the acting and memorizing scripts. It comes across as phony, but Strowman was very effective. After the commercial break, Strowman kicked the hell out of all the security guards whose job it was to make him leave the building. Then he wandered off into the locker room area to do even more damage, create even more havoc. In the opening contest, Apollo Crews and Titus O'Neil defeated Sheamus and Cesaro, thanks to a helpful distraction from Jason Jordan. O'Neil might be a great representative for WWE to send out to community events. He did some great work, I believe, in Tampa, helping with holiday gifts for his neighbors. But he's one of the worst I've seen in 32 years of watching wrestling. It looks like his body is in a swimming pool underwater when he tries to run or do something physical. I thought O'Neil was at his best when he managed Akira Tozawa last summer. Some of their interactions were hysterical. Cruz is a fantastic athlete, but Dana Brooke as the business associate character is so weak. For whatever reason, wrestling companies love to put women in glasses and be these business associates out of the blue. Again, it's ineffective, unbelievable, and as a result, the fans could not care less. On the flip side, WWE continues its sterling booking of Jason Jordan. I've been big on Jordan for years as someone that can be a long-term main eventer for WWE. I believe he has the it factor that you can't gain in training, no matter how hard you work. He's been one of the highlights for me on Raw the past few months, despite the dead-in-the-water Kurt Angle's son gimmick that the fans don't buy, like, or believe in. He's overcome some major obstacles. Backstage, Braun Strowman went into catering like an animal. He threw tables. He put Kurt Hawkins through a table, scared the hell out of this guy, the server that was holding cake, went into another dressing room and smashed televisions. Again, very effective booking of Braun Strowman. In a match that absolutely no one cared about, Cedric Alexander defeated Tony Nese in Cruiserweight action. Enzo was in Nese's corner. Goldust was with Cedric to try and give that division a little rub. You could have heard a pin drop during the match itself. The guys tried hard, the guys worked hard, which is all you can really ask for. They have to go out and execute the material given to them. In a different era, I really believe Enzo could have been one of the great heel managers of his time. After the commercial break, Strowman went into the $12 million production truck, scared the hell out of all the techies, then went outside the truck and tipped the tractor trailer over. Great editing here to make this look believable. And the reactions of the other people that were watching it go on were priceless. WWE's doing a great job with Braun Strowman. Strowman himself went back into the arena area and he launched Michael Cole onto all the security guards. That got Cole off of television for the rest of the show. Angle said Stephanie McMahon called him on his cell phone and that Strowman was rehired and he was back in that Universal title match with Lesnar and Kane at the Royal Rumble. Some interesting, effective creative on a week without Lesnar, without Kane selling the attack last week, and it seems like they didn't have much for Strowman. They turned it into something pretty fun and memorable. And the fans were lucky in that they didn't have to listen to phony, insincere Michael Cole the rest of the show doing his little phony orgasm screams, doing a lousy job calling wrestling matches, wrestling moves, and wrestling angles. I think Michael Cole is great when it comes to a sit-down interview type setting and doing voiceovers, but he's a horrible commentator for professional wrestling matches. From Gorilla Monsoon to Vince McMahon to Jim Ross, WWE always had effective commentators, effective salesmen to get the product over, and I think Cole hurts the business more than he helps because the fans don't believe what he's selling for 3 hours every week on Monday night. It's one man's opinion, that's all it is. But when we take polls on our Twitter account and 90% of the fans still prefer Jim Ross over Michael Cole, almost 10 years since Ross was replaced on Raw, I think that speaks volumes. Asuka defeated Nia Jax via forfeit when Asuka injured Jax's leg on the steel stairs. Good job in selling the injury, but this match went way too long and WWE's continued attempt to overpush the women. A week is coming, and it could be during the Royal Rumble match itself in Philadelphia, when the fans are going to turn on the women, similar to the reaction John Cena got at SummerSlam 2005. These ladies work very hard. It's not their fault, but when I go to the live events, I see the women's matches, and the fans look at them as a bathroom break, or they're met with boredom or indifference. And that's telling, and it's not a good thing. After the introductions, you could hear a pin drop. I want everyone to succeed and be successful, but I don't think this is the right path for the women. It's too much, in my opinion. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully it'll be great for business and it'll lead to another boom era, because it is something different. I just don't think it's what the majority of the fans want to see, and perhaps a reason why so many fans have checked out in recent years. Enzo flirted with Jax in the locker room while Alexa Bliss was trying to help her recover. It seems to be planting the seeds in a Bliss-Enzo feud. The Revival were victorious over Enhancement talent in a squash match. Great job highlighting the Revival's moveset. They were put over strong by the commentary team. They got to cut a little promo after the match. I'd like to see one squash match per hour on Raw each week. It wouldn't affect the ratings one iota, and it would get all of the talent and their finishing moves over stronger. Again, one man's opinion, but I think that would really enhance Raw. Elias sang in what continues to be one of the most boring parts of the show. Some fans are really getting behind Elias, which is great. That's what WWE needs, but to me, I'm bored to tears with the Elias gimmick. He eventually introduced The Miz and The Miztourage. Miz cut a promo about his Intercontinental title match. against Roman Reigns next week at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, for the 25th anniversary of the show. It's going to be a happening. This led to the announced handicap match where Intercontinental Champion Roman Reigns defeated Miztourage members Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas. I thought this was very, very effective in setting up next week's title match. Roman looked great. Miztourage continued to serve their purpose. I also continue to believe that there's still so much untapped potential in Bo Dallas. Sometimes you see things at WWE live events that don't translate as well through the cameras on television, and I'd love to be one of the writers in charge of creating material for Bo Dallas. In another women's match that the fans really didn't care about after the introduction, Sonya Deville defeated Sasha Banks. Sasha had Bayley and Mickie James in her corner. Deville had Mandy Rose and Paige. Paige got the bad news that her in-ring career is effectively over. John Cena Sr. and I are going to be discussing that in the coming week, I hope. Deville pinned Banks clean. Thought that was a really solid finish as far as trying to get Deville over. And they're going to need to get another heel over strong with Paige out. Woken Matt was up next. He continues to look broken as his body movements are just awkward. Fans love chanting delete, but then the bell rings and you could hear a pin drop. Hardy defeated Heath Slater in singles action. Goldberg was announced as the main event inductee in the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2018. Very deserving. We're going to have a separate video, up about Goldberg's pending induction. In the final segment of the show, Seth Rollins defeated Finn Balor in a great match. This was the first singles match between these two since SummerSlam 2016. The night Balor defeated Rollins to become the first ever WWE Universal Champion, only to have to forfeit it 24 hours later due to injury. Believe it or not, Balor still hasn't got a shot at the title he never lost in the ring. Gallows and Anderson were in Balor's corner. Rollins was with Jason Jordan. Jordan set the match up asking his dad for a favor, which pissed off Rollins, subtly teasing tension between the tag team champions. Have Gallows and Anderson moved up the food chain on Raw the past 2 weeks or what, being aligned with Finn and the Balor Club? It's mind-blowing on how much pathetic or non-existent creative that Gallows and Anderson were given since debuting a year and a half ago. Instead of running around with New Day's testicles in a jar, they could have been presented as a serious, dangerous threat and been overstrong the whole time. Both Rollins and Balor wrestled a great athletic style here. They both sold moves done to them great. Rollins hit a superplex and held on to the move to get a 2 count after hitting a Falcon Arrow. Balor got his knees up for a splash off the top rope from Rollins. Many thought Balor got the 3 count, but the referee was out of position. Cesaro and Sheamus came out. They charged at Jordan, but wound up getting physical with both Gallows and Anderson, and Jordan ran away. As all 4 guys brawled, Balor dove over the top rope, took all 4 of them out. So refreshing to see this, as opposed to the usual spot where a bunch of guys are outside the ring, standing there waiting forever with their arms wrapped, looking like a group of idiots. Finn was great here, and so were the guys that took the move. With the referee distracted, Jordan tripped Balor, who was running the ropes. Rollins hit the curb stomp and got the 3 count. Crowd bought big time for the curb stomp, which had been banned by WWE for some time due to concussion worries. Rollins and Jordan celebrated as Balor acted as if he was in La La Land, messed up pretty bad from the curb stomp. Again, effective booking and selling the move to get the move over is something important. I was a huge fan of this week's Raw. No original content that belonged on pay-per-view that went to waste on free television. I hate that. Most of the original run stuff belongs on a pay-per-view before free TV. We didn't see that. You saw great booking of Strowman and Jordan. The Reigns and Miztourage was very effective in setting up next week's featured title matchup. The Revival Squash match was very useful for them as a team. Again, I'm impressed with where Gallows and Anderson are going. And the main event matchup between Finn and Rollins more than delivered. WWE didn't try and overdo it this week. What they did deliver was a very strong, well-paced show. I could have done without the Cruiserweight match going so long, and maybe 1 women's match would have been better than 2. But I give this show a great thumbs up, as did you, the great fans in our Twitter Bowl. You voted 74% thumbs up, 21% thumbs in the middle, only 5% thumbs down. I think that speaks volumes to what WWE put together this week. What did you think of this week's edition of Raw, heading into one of the biggest episodes of all time next week in New York City? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Check out all the great offers we have scrolling through our videos and on the BostonWrestling.com super site. Don't miss new episodes of Wrestling Insiders with John Cena Sr., as well as our new series, Memories and Legends, that have featured superstars from every generation, including Gary Michael Capetta, Mick Foley, the WWE-bound Warbeard Hanson, Bruce Pritchard, and Jim Ross. We are gearing up to tape more episodes in 2018. Check out BostonWrestling.com and subscribe at YouTube.com/BostonWrestling.com for over 2,000 free videos. If you truly want to relive the memories of the good old days, check out our Studio Shoot interview documentary series with some of wrestling's greatest legends, available on DVD and now available to rent or own video on demand. Go behind the scenes with these larger-than-life superstars and interviews taped in a professional television studio, not like a lot of the shoots you see taped in a hotel room with a camcorder. Our legendary Iron Sheik shoot has been seen by millions of fans online, and even more on The Howard Stern Show. Enjoy these great videos while supporting independent wrestling at the same time. Until we speak again, folks, you and yours, be well. I'm Dan Marotti.
And I'm John Cena Sr.
Let us tell you how the action and excitement of the Millennium Wrestling Federation can help raise cash for your nonprofit cause. Experience the action and excitement of the Millennium Wrestling Federation live in your city, throughout New England, the tri-state area, down through the Carolinas, out to our friends in the Midwest and beyond.
If your nonprofit organization is looking for an interactive turnkey experience while putting the fun into fundraising, you've met the perfect tag team partner to work with every step of the way.
The MWF offers a variety of packages for groups of almost any size, from our live events at the Boston Garden, the Kowloon Entertainment Dining Complex, and the legendary Suffolk Downs, to high school gyms and function halls. We've presented live events everywhere and anywhere.
Since 2001, the MWF's mission has been simple: keep the kids off the streets. Under the leadership of President David Reese, we bring the superstars of yesterday, today, and tomorrow to your town. Not for a wrestling show, but an event that features action-packed in-ring wrestling, autograph, pose photo opportunities, Q&A sessions, and so much more. It's the best of sports and entertainment. The week of your event, we can add on to the endeavor with anti-bullying campaigns, library meet and greet reads, youth sport concussion seminars, and more.
Our live events are fit for fans of any age from 5 to 95. This fall is part of our new Kids Club program. We offer live event experiences exclusively for the youngest of fans. On the flip side, we can produce a tailor-made event for fans of an older demographic as well. We work with you every step of the way to get the word out to fans near and far on our local television offerings and to over 50,000 fans and growing on our social media platforms.
Your success is our success. If your group has had enough of candy bar and wrapping paper sales and has the energy to team with our passionate fan base, bringing the NWF experience to your community is the answer to put smiles on faces while raising cash for your cause.
Contact us today to get the ball rolling for your custom-made event that you'll want to bring back year after year to your community.
Don't just take it from us. Here are the folks we've teamed up with in the past.